Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive into company filings to uncover the real story. And today we're looking at ZRCN Inc., a company that seems to be facing some serious headwinds. Alright, so ZRCN Inc. is reporting some pretty concerning news. It looks like they've hit a major snag with their financing. Here's the lowdown. Back on April 30th, ZRCN Inc. got a formal notice of default from their lender, FGI Worldwide LLC. This isn't just a friendly reminder, it means they've broken the rules of their lending agreement, specifically their revolving credit security and guarantee agreement. What did they do wrong? Well, they failed to meet a key financial test called the fixed cost coverage ratio. Think of this like a company's ability to pay its bills even if things get a little tough. They also slipped up on another non-financial rule, and sadly they couldn't fix these issues in time. So why is this happening? The company blames lower sales and extra costs, specifically taxes or fees they have to pay on products they bring in from China. These two factors together have put them in a really tough spot financially. Now here's a critical point. Even though they've defaulted, the lender hasn't pulled the plug on their credit line entirely. ZRCN can still borrow money, which is a lifeline, but it's like walking on a very thin tightrope. This notice is a serious warning shot. The lender has the right to do a lot of things now. They could demand all the money owed immediately, start charging much higher interest rates, or even seize the company's assets that were used as collateral. Basically, if things don't get fixed, the lender could step in and take control of the company's property and belongings to get their money back. The good news for now is that the lender hasn't actually taken any of these drastic actions yet. They haven't asked for the money back, they haven't jacked up the interest, and they haven't started seizing assets. But here's where we see some hope. ZRCN and the lender have been talking. They've actually come up with a plan, sort of an agreement in principle, to change the rules of the loan agreement. This includes a forbearance, which means the lender is agreeing to pause on enforcing the defaults for a while. However, and this is a big however, this whole deal is still waiting for all the I's to be dotted and T's to be crossed. They need to finalize the paperwork. And crucially, there's absolutely no guarantee that this deal will actually happen. It's still possible they won't agree on the final terms or get that forbearance. This means the threat of default is very real and the company is still in a precarious position. It's also worth noting that ZRCN identifies itself as an emerging growth company. This means they get to follow slightly different, often less strict reporting rules. They've also chosen not to delay adopting new accounting standards, which is generally a good sign of transparency. Interestingly, ZRCN doesn't seem to have any of its securities listed on major stock exchanges like the NYSE or NASDAQ. They're registered under a different section of the law. So what's the bottom line for ZRCN Inc? Well, they're definitely in a tough spot. They've run into trouble with their loan agreement, mostly because their sales haven't been as strong as they needed them to be, and they're facing higher costs from international trade. The lender could take serious action, but for now they're in talks to try and fix things. The big question is whether they can actually agree on new terms and avoid the worst case scenarios. It's a cliffhanger, and the company's future really depends on these negotiations and their ability to boost their sales and manage their costs. Alright, that's our breakdown of ZRCN's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more insights and discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.